Ladies, let me tell you something. There are certain women that a man just can't get out of his head. Not because of how she looks, not because of what she wears, but because of who she is. See, men don't lose sleep over ordinary. They lose sleep over unforgettable. And I'm here to tell you the 4 traits that keep a real man up at night. I'm talking about confidence, real, true confidence. Now, I ain't talking about the kind you fake for Instagram, not that surface level, attention-seeking kind of energy. I'm talking about that deep, quiet, unshakable confidence that lives in your spirit, that energy that walks into a room before you even say a word. That kind of confidence, baby, that's unforgettable. And when a man sees it, it sticks with him. It don't just catch his eye, it grabs his mind. See, a confident woman don't need to tear down anybody else to feel tall. She don't walk into a room checking who's looking at her, who ain't, who's wearing what, or who's got what. Nah, she walks in knowing she belongs. She knows her value. She knows what she brings to the table. And even if that table's empty, she'll set it herself. She don't chase. She attracts. And that energy, that's what keeps a grown man up at night wondering how in the world he's going to win a woman like that. Now, let me tell you something most people don't realize. Confidence and arrogance are 2 different things. See, arrogance screams, but confidence whispers. Arrogance tries too hard to prove something, usually out of insecurity, but confidence, that comes from experience, from growth, from self-respect. It's a quiet power. A woman with real confidence don't have to tell you how strong she is. You feel it in how she carries herself, how she handles situations, how she speaks to people. She walks with her back straight and her head high, but her heart stays kind. And let me make it plain, confidence doesn't mean perfection. It don't mean she never doubts herself or that she always feels amazing. No. No, it means that even on her worst days, even when she's tired, when she's been hurt, when she's healing, she still knows her worth. That right there, that kind of resilience, that's rare and men notice. A real man will watch how you speak about yourself, how you walk through struggle, how you treat people who can do nothing for you, and he'll say, now that's a woman I ain't never met before. Let me paint the picture for you. A man could meet 10 beautiful women in a day. They all dressed up, looking flawless, got the eyelashes, the makeup, the smile. But then he meets that one. She might not be the loudest, she might not be trying to be seen, but something about her presence hits different. She looks him in the eye with calm. She don't flirt for attention. She don't overcompensate. She speaks when she's got something to say. She listens with intention. She's secure in herself. And after she walks away, she don't even look back. She knows she left an impression, and trust me, she did. That kind of woman lives in a man's thoughts, not because she was trying to seduce him, but because she didn't need to. She stood out because she didn't need him to complete her. She stood out because she wasn't performing for anybody. And that's rare in a world where everybody's trying to prove something to everybody else. A woman who knows who she is, that's gold. That's the kind of woman a man respects before he even loves her. Let me tell you something else. Confidence is magnetic, but not in the way people think. It don't always attract everyone. Now, sometimes it intimidates the wrong people, and that's a good thing. Because a woman with real confidence will only draw in the kind of man who's strong enough to handle her truth. Not a man who wants to change her, but a man who wants to grow with her. Confidence filters out the weak and invites the worthy. And don't get it twisted, confidence isn't just how you carry your body, it's how you carry your standards. A confident woman says no when something don't serve her. She ain't afraid to walk away from what doesn't align with her values. She chooses peace over being chosen. And that right there makes a man stop and think, she's not just looking for love, She's waiting for the right kind. That's what makes her unforgettable. Let me tell you something a lot of people don't want to admit, but every grown man knows it deep down. Peace is priceless. I mean that. See, when a man has gone through some things in life, when he's worked hard, struggled, taken some losses, maybe even been through some heartbreak, he starts to crave something deeper than excitement. He wants peace. And when he meets a woman who carries peace in her spirit, he notices it immediately. That kind of woman don't just catch his attention, she captures his rest. And trust me, once a man gets a taste of peace in a woman, he'll lose sleep thinking about how to keep her in his life. Now, don't get it twisted. Peace don't mean boring. Peace don't mean quiet all the time or soft-spoken every minute. Peace means safe. It means being able to breathe. It means a woman who doesn't bring unnecessary chaos into his world. A woman who knows how to handle conflict without tearing somebody down. A woman who can speak her mind without creating a war. That kind of peace, that's rare. That's grown woman energy. See, a lot of folks out here addicted to drama and don't even know it. They mistake passion for arguments. They confuse loud reactions for love. But let me tell you something. A man who's serious about his life, his purpose, his growth, he ain't got time for all that. He don't want to come home and feel like he's stepping into a battlefield. He don't want to guess what version of you he's coming home to today. He wants to come home and exhale. That's what peace does. It gives him rest. It refuels him. And here's the real truth. Peace is not something you perform. It's something you become. It's not about staying silent just to avoid arguments. No, it's about mastering your emotions, understanding your power, and choosing calm over chaos. It's knowing when to speak and how to speak so your words build and not destroy. That takes maturity. That takes grace. And when a man sees that, he feels it in his soul. Now, let's be honest. Anybody can look good. Anybody can be cute on a date. But when life gets messy, when stress hits, when miscommunication happens, when money's tight or pressure is high, that's when your peace becomes priceless. A woman who can hold her ground without turning every issue into a war is unforgettable. Not because she suppresses how she feels, but because she expresses it with wisdom. That's the difference between drama and discernment. And I'll tell you this, when a man finds peace in a woman, it's healing. You don't even know what kind of weight you might be taking off his shoulders just by not adding to it. That man could be fighting battles at work, in his family, within himself. But when he gets around you and you speak life into him, when you look him in the eye and say, I got you, not with noise, but with stillness, that man will think about you long after you're gone. You become the place his mind goes when the world feels too loud. You become the voice he hears when he doubts himself. You become the calm in his storm. And the beautiful thing is, that kind of peace don't depend on having a perfect life. It comes from a woman who's been through some things, learned from it, and chose not to become bitter. She chose to be better. She chose to be steady. She knows how to calm her own storm so now she can help someone else ride through theirs. That's strength. That's womanhood. That's power. You want to know why men stay up at night thinking about certain women? It's because they brought something into his life he didn't even know he needed. They brought peace. Not perfection, not pretending, just peace. And not just peace for him, but peace within themselves. A woman at peace with herself is a magnet for respect, for love, and for loyalty. Because when a man sees a woman who has mastered her inner world, he will fight to protect her place in his. That's the woman he don't forget. That's the woman who stays on his mind at 2 a.m. when he's laying in bed thinking about life, not because she entertained him, but because she healed him. You want to know what really shakes a man to his core? What really makes him sit back in silence and think, man, she's different? Is when he meets a woman with purpose, not just potential, not just pretty. A woman who is living for something. A woman who wakes up with a goal in her heart, a fire in her spirit, and her feet planted on the ground like she knows exactly why she's here. That kind of woman don't blend in. She don't need to raise her voice or flash anything extra because her energy already says, I'm building something that matters. When a man meets a woman like that, it shifts him. Because now he ain't just looking at a woman, he's looking at a movement. She's not waiting for life to happen to her, she's out here creating it. She's not sitting around hoping someone will pick her. She already picked herself. She don't just have hobbies, she's got passion, whether it's her career, her side hustle, her art, her faith, her service, her family, whatever it is, she pours into it like it's sacred. And that intensity, that purpose, it's unforgettable. Now let me be real with you. Beauty might get a man's attention, but purpose, that gets his respect. See, when a man meets a woman who's focused, he realizes she ain't got time to play. She ain't looking for a man to give her identity. She's already walking in it. And that challenges him, not in the bad way, but in the right way. A woman with purpose makes a man want to step his game up. She don't demand it, her presence inspires it. Because when you see someone chasing their calling with all their heart, it makes you look at your own life and ask, am I walking in mine? She ain't just talking about dreams, she's out here doing the work. Late nights, early mornings, handling her business, setting boundaries, learning, growing, leveling up. Because she knows her assignment. That kind of woman don't beg for attention. She don't need to post every win for validation. She's already validated by what she's building. And because of that, she doesn't chase relationships, she chooses alignment. If you come into her life, you better come correct, because she's got no room for distractions. Now let me speak on something deep here. A woman with purpose isn't just chasing goals for herself. She's thinking legacy, she's thinking impact. She wants her life to mean something. She wants to be remembered, not just for how she looked, but for how she lived, how she gave, how she loved, how she showed up. And when a man sees that, he sees a partner, not just a partner in romance, but in vision, in growth, in legacy. She's not the type to be jealous of her man's dreams. She's too busy fueling his. And she expects the same in return, because when you've got two people both walking in purpose, both cheering each other on, both willing to sacrifice and stretch and support, that's when you build an empire. That's when love becomes more than just butterflies and good mornings. It becomes purpose-driven partnership. And that's rare. You see, some women wait for a man to complete their story, but a woman with purpose, she's already writing hers. So when a man comes along, she's not asking him to be her whole world. She's asking him to join her world. And that scares small-minded men. But the right man will sit back and say, she's everything I didn't even know I needed. She's got goals, but she still makes time for love. She's got a vision, but she still nurtures connection. She's strong, but not cold, driven, but still soft where it counts. And that balance, that's what breaks a man down in the best way. Because it ain't just about how high she climbs, it's how deeply she feels. It's how she moves through life with both power and grace. That's the kind of woman who turns heads, sure, but more than that, she turns hearts. And don't think for 1 second she didn't earn that strength. Women with purpose don't just wake up that way. They've been through some things. They've cried through silent nights, questioned themselves, lost people, lost money, lost opportunities. but they kept going. They kept showing up. They kept believing that their life had meaning even when nothing around them looked like it. And that perseverance, that faith, that's what makes her walk different. That's what makes her glow without trying. When a man sees that kind of light, that kind of drive, that kind of depth, it don't leave his mind. Because now it ain't just about attraction. It's about admiration. It's about seeing a woman who knows her worth, knows her lane, and walks in it with boldness. And that kind of woman, she don't just change a man, she changes the standard. Let me tell you something real plain and simple. Loyalty is the language of real love. I'm not talking about surface level stuff. I'm not talking about sticking around when everything's cute, when the money's flowing, when the dates are fun and the selfies are getting likes. I'm talking about loyalty that shows up when things are not easy, when stuff gets rough, when life gets quiet and ugly and confusing. That kind of loyalty, that's rare. That's sacred. And when a man finds a woman with unshakable loyalty, he don't just remember her, he replays her over and over in his mind. She becomes the standard he compares every woman to after her. Loyalty is something deeper than just not cheating. It's how a woman holds a man when he's vulnerable. It's how she defends him when he's not in the room. It's how she believes in him when he don't even believe in himself. Loyalty is when she chooses to stay when leaving would have been easier. It's how she's got his back when the world's on his neck. It's in the way she rides for him, not blindly, but with intention, with wisdom, with love that's rooted in trust. Now let me break this down. A woman with unshakable loyalty ain't a pushover. She's not the kind of woman who sticks around for disrespect or begs for breadcrumbs. No, sir. She's loyal to her man because she's loyal to herself first. She knows her worth. She don't hand out her loyalty to just anybody, but when she chooses you, she's all in. Not halfway, not conditionally. She shows up with her whole heart and she stands 10 toes down beside you. That kind of woman is gold. See, a man might meet women who make him laugh, who make him feel good, who even make him look good on paper. But when he meets a woman who makes him feel safe, a woman he can trust with his truth, his fears, his failures, that's the one he thinks about when the lights go off. That's the one who lives in his head rent-free, because the world will test a man every day. But when he's got someone in his corner who refuses to fold, that changes how he walks. That gives him a kind of strength money can't buy. And here's the kicker. Loyalty ain't loud. It don't have to be posted or performed. It's in the quiet gestures. It's in the consistency. It's when she don't run her mouth about his struggles. It's when she prays for him behind closed doors. It's when she sees his flaws but doesn't weaponize them. She holds him accountable, yeah, but with grace, not judgment. That woman knows that loyalty is just a performance. She's not acting. She's rooted. You know how many men walking around today are broken, not because a woman left, but because a woman they believed in switched up. Betrayal hits different when it comes from someone you gave your soul to. That's why when a man meets a woman whose loyalty can't be shaken by status, temptation, or temporary emotion, he don't forget her. He may not even know how to handle her at first. She might scare him because she's so real, but she leaves a mark because she stood with him when others walked away. And don't let loyalty get confused with silence. A loyal woman will speak up. She'll challenge you. She'll call you out if you slip it. But she'll do it from a place of love, not ego. She corrects you because she cares, not because she wants to compete. She doesn't embarrass you, she empowers you. She wants to see you win, not because it makes her look good, but because she knows what you're capable of. And when you fall, she don't throw it in your face. She helps you get back up. That kind of woman is a gift. She's a partner, not a passenger. She's someone who invests, not just someone who takes. When a man realizes that kind of loyalty ain't found on every corner, he'll lie awake at night thinking about what he had or praying he don't lose what he's got. You can have chemistry with a lot of people. You can have attraction, fun, even romance. But if you don't have loyalty, you ain't got nothing that'll last. Because storms are coming. Misunderstandings are guaranteed. And people will test your bond. But when you've got a woman beside you who won't switch sides every time life throws a punch, that's not just a girlfriend, that's a soldier. That's a teammate. That's a woman worth building a life with. And trust me, once a man experiences that, that's the kind of woman he don't ever want to risk losing.